quality of life, generosity, stamina, feedback. Long ago, these four lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the first anniversary arrived. Only Hopium, master of desperation, could hold the players together. But when the Hopium ran dry, the player vanished. 4 years later, the players discovered a new studio, QoL Games. And although they launched with bugs, crashes, and endless apologies, they brought a spark of hope. And I believe QoL Games can break the abusive relationship. That's the general sentiment among Wuwa players. They don't know what they are missing after leaving Genshin for Wuthering Waves. But rest assured, I'm here to enlighten the Wuwa players what they are missing. As always, before you dislike this video, watch till the end. Alright, let's go. Genshin's character banner has always been a fantastic revenue maker for the company. They make millions and millions of dollars. Without it, the game would be EOS after just a few months. It is very simple how it works. The odds are stacked beautifully against you. Every pull you do has a very tiny chance to land a 5-star character. And the further you go into the pity counter, the better your chances become. Until you reach the magical number, 90. At that point, the game says, alright, fine, here's a 5-star. But hold on, just because you hit the pity doesn't mean you get the shiny new limited character. No. You still have to win the 50-50, and if you lose, congratulations, you just got a standard 5-star you didn't ask for. But don't worry, next time, the game promises your 5-star will be the featured one. And this, believe it or not, is framed as a blessing, because think about it, you get to pull up to 90 times, that's 90 chances to ride the dopamine roller coaster. It's not real money you are using, it's a fake in-game currency. So, in your mind, you're losing nothing while gambling longer. It's like a casino that convinces you that the chips aren't real, and you almost believe them. But oh boy, it gets better. You can not only just pull for the character, you can also pull for their signature weapon. And that's where the true fun began until they made some changes. Back in the day, before they added the path system, you had to win not one, but 2 separate 50-50. Why 2? Because the weapon banner had 2 shiny 5-star weapons, one that belonged to the character you wanted and the one that belonged to somebody else. So first, you had to win against the standard 5-star pool, and then, if you have survived, you had to win again between the 2 limited weapons. Lose? Well, back to the start. And the turning point? Enter Tectone. Yes, that bald dude. He created a 2-part video series where he blew through hundreds of summons, trying and failing to get Hu Tao's signature weapon. His public grief was real and raw, and it struck a nerve. The video went viral, so much so that Hoyoverse couldn't sit it out. They were forced to make the weapon banner slightly, quote-unquote, better. Here's the thing though, I never understood why he was grieving. He could ride the dopamine roller coaster for so long. If anything, he should be thanking the banner for the extended high. But no, instead, he grieved so hard and so loud that Hoyoverse had to step in. They literally patched the game because a bald guy couldn't handle the weapon banner. Thus, the epitomized path was born. After 2 failures, you are guaranteed your chosen weapon. No more heartbreaks, no more endless despair. But at what cost? Tectone robbed us of the pure, unfiltered suffering that made early Genshin banners legendary. Thanks a lot, jerk. You ruined the fun for the rest of us. And with the current version, you only have to lose once, and your next 5-star is the guaranteed weapon of your choosing. And while for Wuthering Waves, the character banner is almost the same, except instead of 90 pulls, it is 80 pulls, so less dopamine roller coaster. But where the difference lie is the weapon banner. They split the weapon in 2 separate banners, one for each character. And what's the worst? The weapon banners are guaranteed, not even 50-50. You pull a 5-star, you get the featured weapon. End of the story. That's not gacha, that's shopping. This is what a Genshin player had to go through to get the right weapon. You had to battle fate itself, 2 50-50s, a gauntlet of despair and triumph. That was a dopamine roller coaster, the imaginary fight you have to conquer. But in Wuwa,
going downtown, walking fast, faces past and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you.
Where's the sweat on your palms, the heartbreak, the glory, the imaginary fight? Where's the thrill? Where's the rage? Where's the primal scream when you lose the wrong 50-50 3 times in a row? Wuwa took one thing gacha players truly crave and threw it out the window. If anything, this screams EOS, because without the pain, there's no gain. Without the gamble, it is not the same. Without the heartbreak, then it is not a game. A few weeks ago, the 6.0 livestream just dropped, and whoa, they really went out announcing the future of quality of life. Free constellations, being able to preview the 4th artifact's ethics once you lock in the first 3, and even trading cards with other players. Neat features, sure, but the biggest drop of the patch? Characters can now be leveled to 100. This is huge. For years, the Abyss has been tilted against because of the level gap. Enemies at 100 staring down at your poor level 90 team like you're an unpaid intern at their day off. But not anymore. With level 100, you can finally fight toe to toe with your mentor, at least in theory. Because of course, you can't just level up the same way you did from 80 to 90, that would be too easy. Instead, the devs added a brand new premium flavored item, Masterless Stella Fortuna, or for short MSF. Now, here's the genius part. You can't farm, craft or exchange for MSF. No, that would be too mainstream, and it would rob you of your authentic gacha experience. The only way to get MSF is to pull Constellation for a character who is already at C6. You heard it right. Your 7 Diluc, your 15 Chichi, they are finally worth something. Every duplicate you cried over before, straight into the shiny MSF jar. You will need 3 total, 1 MSF to go from 90 to 95, and 2 more for the glorious 95 to 100. This isn't just thoughtful design, this is recycling. The devs have turned the worst part of gacha into green initiative. Nothing goes to waste anymore. Every lost 50-50, every accidental C7, every painful reminder that you didn't get the banner unit that you wanted, all of it fuels your journey to level 100. Truly an eco-friendly system. And the payoff is real. Level 100 boosts reaction damage like Bloom, Overload, Hyper Bloom to a new height. Characters like Bandit get juiced with extra base attack, while Nuvolette and Verena dealing more damage thanks to the bigger HP pool. So yes, all those dupes you have been hoarding are no longer failures, they are investment. Honestly, it's a win-win. You get stronger characters, the devs get more banner revenue, and your friends get to hear you brag about how your level 100 Traveler is technically saving the environment. Who knew Chi-Chi Constellation could be the future of sustainable gaming? What about Wuthering Waves, you might ask? They are still living in the prehistoric era when it comes to quality of life. When you lose your 50-50 to the furry boy for the 7th time, it is just c'est la vie. You don't get anything out of it, beside the extra coral that you can use for the shop. Sure, they also have implemented some quality of life. For example, play with some leaves. Whoa! Or a journey log, where players can view all the main quests to better understand the story. The devs are really tone deaf, aren't they? Don't they know that gacha players don't read? So why is this even made? Embarrassing. There you go, old Genshin players. Or should I say, welcome back, returning Genshin players. I bet you're already installing Genshin after this video. No need to thank me. But on the serious side, sorry for not uploading for a while. The reason is simple. I don't know where to go with my channel. I don't want only to make these kinds of videos. I want to expand more beside the gacha space. Where Wind Meets will come out in a few days, and I'm planning to play that game. I don't know if you want to see that, but leave a comment if you do. If not, still leave a comment what you want to see in the future. I'm all ears. I won't stop making these kinds of videos, although they require so much effort. But I see you like them, that's why I'm striving to make more. That's it for me. Leave a like and subscribe and see you in the next video.